Hey, what's going on everyone? Supreme Com here. So I'm back for another one of these kind of videos. So I'm at the alternation page right now. So we're going to talk about should you guys summon for the narrative Gundam C packs or even the X Maoh over here. So as the recording of this is already Thursday in the PST time zone over here. So in many hours later, we should be getting another surprise banner. I think it's because it's almost Valentine's Day. So if you guys have not done any summon on it, I would suggest you guys hold off right now to see what kind of unit they're gonna drop. So I already did like I have my trusty Excel sheet over here, so have all the stat calculated, all those good stuff. So we're just gonna briefly talk about how good they are right now, and then we'll see if you guys should summon on this or not. Yeah, but I would really highly suggest you guys just wait probably like a day, just one more day before hopping into these two festival unit, because they are, I wouldn't say they're like bad, but like they're on the more average, like really average in terms of like the stats and all that. So but before they do, let's hop into the narrative Gundam first. So we're gonna start off with the narrative Gundam head over here. So max out everything. So judging by the stat, in terms of the melee, it's not gonna be pretty good. So it doesn't rank into the top 20 from what I calculate. So a big shout out to GBM info, because I always use their app in terms of like getting, because they have the like everything ranked out. So I was able to easily rank out from my calculation over here, because they don't really update like that fast. So I have to like kind of manually see where it ranks as of now. So the shot attack is gonna be pretty good. Gonna come in at 10,085, which is gonna place him at rank 9 as of now. The word tag over here okay, you got Gundam type and Federation. You can say Federation is a pretty sneaky word tag for like the shot build, because you get your melee your shot attack raised, and then also defense set of 5%. So that is a pretty good word tag right there if you want to do like a shot build. I think Federation can be a pretty sneaky way they can do that, but we'll see if later on they'll drop more units that have Federation and that can support this word tag over here. So judging from the word tag over here, this is pretty good. What is it? When armor 60% or more, shooting power boosted by 30%, and then arm parts EX skill boosted by 30%. So this one is limited to using an arm EX skill, which is fine, because this guy does comes with a cussing EX skill from his arm. I would say, if I recall, I think the High New Gundam, the P type, has similar part trait over here. And then I don't think it wasn't conditional to only the arm. I think it was just if you have X exclusive, you get the EX skill power up. This one, the stat is definitely better than the High New Gundam, placing at rank 9. So this is a pretty good choice. If you guys do pull this head, you guys obviously should alternate this guy, because this guy is in a borderline. You have a pretty good bridge of a word tag over here with Gundam type, so you can arguably put this into a shot build machine, and you're pretty good with that. So other than that, let's move on to the chest over here. So how's the chest doing? In terms of the melee department, it's not gonna be ranked in the top 20. So we're not even gonna talk about the stats for the melee. So in terms of the shot for the chest, you're looking at a 4,900, which is good. Actually pretty good at rank number 6. But you do have a EX skill over here, which is a Psycho Frame Resonator. This EX skill awakening is not good at all, because you're wasting an EX skill slot for raising melee defense by 59%, and then beam and physical resistance by 29%. It's not good. So this one I would skip for alternation, despite the fact that it's rank 6. There's obviously better option and better part trait you can use. Word tag is not going to be too supportive if like you're doing like a shot build anyway. So if you guys do have the chest, don't alternate it. This is a hot skip for sure. Moving on to the arm is let's see, can I click on it? Okay. So how's the arm doing? As again, the arm does not place anything for the shot melee department, so we're not even gonna look at that. As for the shot department, we are looking at rank 7 coming in at 4,867, and this is a EXQ custom EXQ Psycho Feel. So this one at max gonna come in at A plus Pierce. Okay, all right, boy. And that's gonna come in at A power, which is a pretty good spread. So one interesting part thing you want to keep in mind that if you have this at level 1, right? Look at that cooldown. Look at that. Initial time use is only 12 seconds, which is really good compared to like other EXQ, custom EXQ coming in at 30 seconds. So this is good. Also, you're gonna get a squad heal by 30%, and then you're gonna get a squad shot attack up by 30% at level 1, which is really good. This is really good. So it's gonna summon the Unicorn Gundam Phoenix. Okay. I do own it. I got the arm. I tested the EXQ. The Phoenix comes in so fast you can barely see what's going on. But it's nonetheless a pretty good custom EXQ. So if you guys do have the arm, I would highly suggest just to alternate it. Just for that cool cinematic, you know. Other than that, let's now take a look at the leg. How we're doing in terms of the leg. As again, melee department, not gonna talk about that. Does not rank in the top 20 yet. Unfortunate, but in terms of the leg, you're looking at rank number 4 coming in at 4,153. Let's arguably the leg. If you guys got the leg, please alternate this guy. Look at this. If you have high firepower, EXQ boosted by 30%. Mid shooter job, another EXQ boosted by 35%. Are you kidding me? This is probably one of the best portrait in this 2 unit by far. This is the best one. This kit, and you know, alternate this guy. And look at the work tag. It's really viable. You have Gundam type and high firepower, which is 2 good work tag for shot build. Please, if you guys have the leg, alternate it. This is just simply too good. Now moving on to the backpack. The backpack is a letdown for sure. How's the backpack doing? Just placed into the top 20 for both department, coming at 19 for melee category. So it's gonna be 4,153. And then for the shot department, you're looking at rank 11 coming in at 4,185. EXQ over here, this is probably one of the more slacking EXQ they can put. A double saber rush. This is one of those really mediocre EXQ. You just pull up 2 beam saber and then you do your little cinematic and then bam. No effects, no nothing. Coming in at D pierce and A minus power. So I wish they couldn't really do much because the C pack doesn't really have too many cool features like the A packs or the B pack. So good word tag nonetheless. You have Gundam type and high firepower, but obviously ranking that low on the 20 on like the system, you can find better choices nonetheless. Now move on to the beam saber. Max everything out. In terms of the melee, we're ranked number 9, coming in at 10,478, which is good. And then you're looking at rank 2 for the shot department for the beam saber category. Are going to be coming at 761. So what do we have here? So this one is another one of those really good EXQ portrait. Excuse me. One of the better beam saber you can see. So this one's gonna give you have speed attribute. You're gonna gain a EXQ cooldown reduced by 20%. Keep in mind this is the general EXQ cooldown. This is not your initial cooldown. So those are 2 separate things. So this is really good. I don't often see beam saber that have this kind of portrait. So if you guys do pull it, any portrait that gives like CD reduce, they are like a must have if you guys run some custom EXQ. Or even not even custom EXQ, like no, if you guys are doing like longer events, this would come in clutch because you can rapidly use your EXQ. So this is a must have over here. Also, it's gonna do a melee damage raised by 10%, as well as another EXQ power boost by 35%. So this is a really good. This is good word check as well. So you can like in theory just do like a sub slot for like your build. I wouldn't say you can sub slot this for like your shot machine, but like I wouldn't like you will have to double the beam saber for like your melee build. But obviously for the melee beam saber category, like there's better choices up there. So, but nonetheless, a pretty good beam saber. Let's move on to the beam rifle and see what we're doing. For the beam rifle category, you are looking at rank 4 coming at 10,657, which is good. But how's the top part? You have to use it. So you have to use your EX skill within the first 10 seconds, so you can get that cooldown reduced by 50% at one for only one. So this one you're limited in a way, so you have to pair it up with some initial cooldown so you can bust out your EX skill within the first 10 seconds, which is not hard to do. So this one is a pretty good alternative. And then the second part, shot damage raised by 10%, shooting power boosted by 35%, which is pretty good. It's an okay portrait over here nonetheless. But if you guys want some more beefy stuff, and don't want like just like a strictly 10-second reduce cooldown by 50%, excuse me. There's a lot more better choices out there, obviously. Good word tag. No, never mind. Got Federation. If they do decide to put more good units on like the Federation word tag, I think this can be a pretty good option. But as of right now, I don't think that portrait or the word tag is not too viable as of now. Moving on to the shield. Does have some melee stat over here, but unfortunately it does not make it into top 20, so we're not going to talk about that. As for the shot department, you are looking at currently rank 1, coming in at 4,251, which is pretty good. You do have some EX skill over here, missile. I don't know how good these missile is, but shield nonetheless is pretty good. You can always use this as like the main, like for the main part, and then you can sub-slot something, change out the word tag for Federation to like something else, then you're good to go. Other than that, so for the narrative Gundam, I will highlight if you guys got the leg. So the leg part is the one to go for. Other than that, like probably some custom EX skill, but not too good of an option for the narrative Gundam. Okay, so we're gonna talk about X Maoh right now. So we can start up the head. The head there's nothing to really talk about because the ranking is really low on the melee the melee department. Shot attack is low as well, and then a portrait is like the second portrait is non-existent because you're only getting a armor when your armor is 60% or more. You're gonna get a basically a heal of 200 like per per second, I would say. And if you look at it at level 1, you're only getting a 50 gradually, so this is a bad portrait over here. So Gundam type and high firepower is too good word tag, but the overall the kit, like from the stats portrait is bad. So if you guys do pull the head, don't alternate it because it's just a waste. Moving on to the chest over here. How's the chest doing? Not gonna be anything in the top 20 for the melee department. As for the shot department, you're looking at rank 11, coming at 4,564, and then you have EX skill over here, which is a magazine type. EX skill over here is gonna come in at A pierce and B plus power, which is okay. It's pretty good. We have seen a lot of these already. The build project F91 have the same thing as the Vulcan turret set, the same thing over here. So it's gonna be depending how good the damage is, because you do have like what is it, the High Gundam arm also have some kind of magazine type EX skill over here. So just have to see which one is more powerful between like all these kind of magazine. So just gotta pick your poison. But I will if I do pull the chest eventually. Did I have the chest? I think I have the chest, so I'll probably do some experiment to see how good the damage output is, and then when I do like my EX skill showcase, I'll talk about that over there. So that's that. It isn't really justified to like alternate this part as of right now, because there's obviously better parts out there. So this one, if you guys really do like the EX skill, I'll alternate it. Otherwise, I will skip for the chest as well. Moving on to the arm now. I'm just gonna make this a little bit more quicker because the X Maoh doesn't really have too much to offer in a way. How's the arm doing? The arm is looking at rank 14 for the melee deportment coming at 10,101. That's put shot deportment. No, it's that. Look at that. Look at that shot defense. Already at 771. Oh boy. What are we doing with the arm? This is similar to one of the not EXQ portrait for the narrative Gundam. So you have to run some initial cooldown so you can benefit from using all your EXQ within the first 10 seconds, so you can get that like the overall cooldown reduced by 50%. So when I attack it with beam, melee power boosted by 35%. So on a shot, like seemingly like a shot kit over here, like X Maoh, like, you know, have all those guns and whatnot, is boosting melee power. Okay, you can run this as like a sub slot because you do have two good war tags over here. You have Gundam type and high firepower, which high firepower is a good bridge between if you want to do melee or shot build. So you can sub slot this one if you guys do want that second portrait. On the first portrait, you have to be it's a little bit more finicky. You have to use all your EXP within the first 10 seconds. So other than that, the leg, how's the leg doing? The leg is actually ranked 9 for the melee department, coming at 4,448. Okay, oh, so many fours. Shot department is not going to be at anything, so let's look at the portrait first. So when you are tag attribute, you are doing an EXQ power boosted by 30%, which is good. Back part EXQ boosted by 35%, which is another good one over here. So this one does have a limitation over here because the back, you have to be really specific to like the backpack EXQ. But nonetheless, it's a pretty good double EXQ buff over here. So if you guys do have the leg, highly suggest just to alternate it, just to get these two portrait. Word tag over here is a high firepower and a long range. Like I said, yeah, high firepower, so you can bridge that onto your melee build no problem. If you guys really want these two EXQ portrait over here, there's obviously a lot more better choices in terms of like portrait and better word tag fitments. Okay, moving on to the backpack now. It's the EXQ over here. The backpack is currently right now ranked 1 in terms of like the melee department, coming at 5,560, which is pretty high actually. Shot department not gonna be any good. We're looking at a Maoh sword over here at D pierce and A power. So this is similar to the Double Sky backpack actually, but this one doesn't actually give any heal, and then you have a split, so that you're not gonna be too beneficial if you're running like a melee build, strictly melee build. Otherwise, this one, even I have this backpack and I tested the EXQ already. This one doesn't have the range. It does the same EXQ animation, and this one doesn't have the range the Double Sky would have. So this one, if you guys have the Double Sky backpack by any chance, don't even alternate this one because it's like you can just use that one. So save you guys, just save some of your resources for something better. Word tag is gonna be a high firepower and long range. So if you guys, I mean, you can alternate it for the stat. I will argue it's a good incentive, I would say. Moving on to the sword category, melee weapon over here. So for the sword category, you're looking at rank 4 coming in at 10,643. And then the portrait over here is all strictly buffing melee power. So with high firepower, you're getting a melee power boosted by 30%, and then with attack with beam, you're getting another melee power boosted by 35%. Okay, that word tag high firepower will be a good bridge to like a sub slot. So this is good in a way, but other than that, yeah. But if you guys are doing like a strictly melee build, you would like want to the beam saber, so you can double slot it, sub slot the same part, so you can get a bigger buff in general. But other than that, I don't know, because the long range is gonna be it's gonna hinder like a slot over there. So I don't know. This is like it's good. It's really good incentive for these two melee power buff, but otherwise this is just not good for like your overall build with that long range in a way. So we're gonna move on to the last part over here. We have the shield buster rifle. So it does buff some melee attack, and that is gonna be rank number 5 coming in at melee department 1132, which is good. And then with the shot department coming in at 13, 10,478. And then portrait over here, we're looking at when one enemy is shot down, reduce cooldown by 50%, which is good for multi-mission purposes. And then attacking with beam, EX skill power boosted by 35%, which is pretty good. So this whole set will be good if you guys are doing a lot of like multi-mission, which is nowadays multi-mission a lot. So, but we do have a better choice already. So this one, if you guys have better choices, don't alternate this one. So yeah, with that being said, I would say these two kits, the narrative and X Maoh, are not the most enticing kits to like summon on. But I would say the narrative Gundam Leg is by far one of the better, like more suitable parts to like pick up or even alternate. Other than that, all the other one are like kind of lackluster. There's like a lot of better parts that will fill in the spot that these parts will already do. The EX skill, I would like just the custom one, like for the narrative arm, I'll just pick that up just for the cinematic. But other than that, a lot of these parts are not really worth alternating in a way. But do let me know if you guys do have these parts and want to alternate them. And hopefully this gives you guys a good parameter on if you guys want to summon it right now, or if you guys want to wait just a few more hours before they drop something surprise on like after 7 p.m. PST. So that being said, hopefully this is useful to you guys, and then with that being said, I'll catch you guys all on the next one.